should ABSD be removed for couples who want to own 2 private homes? In January, I wrote an article for my property column, The Level Ground, where I shared my opinion that local couples should be able to own 2 private homes without incurring ABSD, additional bar stamp duty. This received quite the backlash from some online commentators. Their primary concern that this would cause prices of said properties to skyrocket. But a recent online poll by BT showed that sentiment was quite mixed. Slightly more than half, or 56% of readers, agreed that ABSD should be removed for local couples. Why is this so? Let's address some of these comments and see if they hold up under further scrutiny. The reader says, why does a couple need multiple homes when land is supposedly so scarce? Tax them triple. I guess I would agree that buying multiple homes is a luxury. It is also undeniable that while Singapore is very good at planning, that land is scarce here. Tax them triple, well, I think tax is already very high. I may not go that much into that direction. Then another commentator says, hey, if the authorities went along with my suggestion, then there's no need to undergo decoupling. But the very same commentator says that this will send property prices up. I suppose we should just step back a little bit. ABSD has been around since 2011. The rationale is to keep housing prices under control. Today, a Singapore citizen buying a first home pays 0 ABSD. The rate is 20% for a second home and 30% for a third and subsequent home. As it stands, if a local couple jointly own a home and want to buy another one without needing to incur ABSD, they have to decouple. What does this involve? Incurring stamp duty and other costs to transfer the existing jointly owned home entirely to one party, so the other party is freed up to buy the additional home without needing to incur ABSD. My suggestion? To allow a local couple to buy 2 homes, 50-50 each, without incurring ABSD. I cannot deny that my suggestion may lead to an increase in housing demand. However, I think it is worth pointing out that other factors such as interest rates and adequate housing supply probably have an even greater sway on how home prices will perform. Generally, the government is very proactive in ensuring that there's enough land supply on which developers can build new homes to meet rising housing demand. The real solution to keep home prices under control is to ensure that there are enough homes that are built. This one gives it some local context. LPPL. I won't elaborate on that. But the commentator says, you do not have enough to own more than 1 home if ABSD is your concern. Work on your income first. I suppose the last point is definitely valid. Whether we want to buy a pricey home or any other expensive item out there, of course, work on your income first, and if your income is high, more things become affordable. The question then is this: what is a fair rate of ABSD for a local couple who aspires to jointly own 2 homes? If your private home price is like 1.5 million, 20% is 300,000. That is quite a significant sum. So I think it's a question of fairness and proportionality, given that there can be good reasons why couples may want to own more than 1 home. After all, people need to invest for their retirement years. Moreover, it is good that we have some people who buy homes that are leased out. After all, we need homes in the rental market to serve the needs of foreign talent as well as locals who have rental housing needs. Residential property in Singapore raises many sensitivities, and it is great that there are people who are very passionate that people who build wealth through property ownership do not add to the inequality we see here. The government is very clear on this. ABSD is there for a purpose, to keep home prices from running away. ABSD is also very useful as a tax collection mechanism. And back to kind of Where I came from in terms of my suggestion, it is really to facilitate local couples to get two homes in a more cost-effective manner, right? I mean, ultimately, if you own two homes, 50-50 each, it would be the same position as if two individuals own two homes. It is not asking for any kind of special treatment for couples as such, but it's looking at something which is fair. After all, even with the removal of this ABSD regime, it's not as if every couple will automatically be owning two homes, or that home ownership is something which is so easily achievable. The topic we have discussed is a perennial one, so we may continue to have thoughts and comments coming along the way. If so, feel free to drop them at the bottom of this page, and we at the Business Times will try to respond to them as best as we can.